Hey guys, what's up? It is Richard Reed back with you for Picks on the Bluffs College Football Week 9. Sorry about not having any episodes for last week. It's called coming back from a dentist appointment and my mouth hurting about 2 days after that, and by that time it's Friday and I still don't want to talk. So I finally got over that. And then, as you saw, we didn't have NFL for 2 weeks because the week before last, the NFL got, NFL got, their data got corrupted for it, and then last week, the same story. But all I got now is a mouth ulcer, but I can talk through it. So, here we go. Let's go through the college picks. You see, it's by myself this time. My co-host, Sam Sprout, has picked up some overtime hours that he couldn't refuse, and so I'm just going to do it by myself and let him get the extra money, because everybody in these days needs the extra money. But so let's go ahead and get to the picks. This is week 9, starting off with Thursday night. My Tigers, you can't see my shirt, but it's got a big tiger paw on it, against Wake Forest. Well, Clemson's number 18, and they're at Wake Forest. This is the Thursday night game. So tonight's game, you gotta go with Clemson. I mean, Clemson's climbing back up from their loss to Florida State. Haven't lost again, but since the BCS standings, they were at 14. Now they're back to 18. So maybe we'll pick it back up. I mean, we have cupcakes left in the ACC because no more. Well, until we get to South Carolina, we have no more ranked matches, but we'll get this win hopefully tomorrow night. Well, tonight. You're seeing this on Thursday, so I'm recording on a Wednesday night. Next up, we go to a Friday night game. We have Cincinnati at number 16, Louisville. Cincinnati got a big win over Virginia Tech. That's about the only big win I can think that they got. So you got to go with 16, Louisville. That's all I got to say about. I'm not a Big East fan. Now we're going to big games. Saturday is going to be full of big games. Starting off with number 11 Mississippi State at number 1 Alabama. Alabama's first biggest matchup they got this season. Is Alabama what we were expecting them? Mississippi State is a good team, undefeated. Both teams are undefeated coming into this. One team's going out not undefeated, and I think that team that's not going to be undefeated is. The team that's going to be undefeated coming out of this big matchup is Alabama. I think they're still big as strong as they were last year. Heck, I'm picking them to go to the SEC championship, win it, and then go back to the national championship and win it again. So, you have my word. And then the next biggest SEC matchup of the week, the world's biggest outdoor cocktail party, number 2 Florida at number 2 Georgia. Number 2 Florida jumping Oregon when Oregon was number 2, but the BCS put them above. So I live in Georgia. You know, Sam lives in Florida. You probably know what he's going to pick, but do I pick Georgia? I'm not picking Georgia. Florida. I'm thinking Florida is a better team. Watching that South Carolina game last week, they scored 44 points on what, 200 yards. I gotta go with Florida. I would wear a Florida hat right now if I had one. I mean, I got a whole wall of hats behind me, but no Florida hat. You can't find Florida hats up here in Georgia, but oh well. Let's go next. 14 Texas Tech at number 3 Kansas State. Gotta go with the bigger team here. Kansas State. They're just trucking along. They'll probably be the one, if they don't get upset, they'll probably be the ones to go to the BCS National Championship game alongside Alabama. Colorado at number 4 Oregon. What do you got to say? Oregon, they're slipping in the computer is slipping and slipping them back one spot every week at the BCS standings, but they'll kill Colorado. They're going to kill everybody they play. But it's not how bad you kill them, it's who you play and how bad you kill who you play. And they're playing cupcakes. The whole conference, them and Oregon State maybe, but Oregon doesn't play anybody, and that's how the BCS ranks you. Another big game of the week, number 5 Notre Dame at number 8 Oklahoma. Some people got Oklahoma, some people got Notre Dame. I gotta go with Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is getting back to where they were, how their school was, and then in the past couple of years they've been, oh, we're going to Notre Dame, let's get the win and then go on. But no, Notre Dame is now the team where you got to watch out. They will beat you, and they'll beat you bad. Next up, number 7 Oregon State and Washington. It's Washington. Oregon State will beat them. So, number 9 USC at Arizona. It's always these late games, and the BCS, even though USC's got 1 loss, they like to put it in the top 10 already. USC is just going to clobber Arizona. Duke, number 12 Florida State, the highest ranked ACC team. Gotta go Florida State. This might be a good game. You might expect could expect Duke to beat Florida State, actually, seeing as a worser team of North Carolina State beat Florida State, and Miami held their own against Florida State last week. But I gotta pick Florida State here. Actually, I would hope Duke would beat them because Clemson needs the help to get to the ACC championship game. Another big SEC matchup, Tennessee at number 13, South Carolina. Tennessee is just not getting it done this year. South Carolina, they'll get off the loss from Florida last week, and they'll beat Tennessee. Kent State at number 15, Rutgers. I mean, Kent State, this is about, if we've ever talked about them in the show before, I can't even think of it. Rutgers will get a win easy. Washington State at number 17, Stanford. Gotta go with number 17, Stanford. Even though they beat out USC, they are down there in 17. So it's the BCS. It's all politics. Texas A&M, who is number 20 at Auburn. Auburn is what are you doing this year, Auburn? Texas A&M will win very, very easily this year in this game, actually. Number 21 Boise State at Wyoming. Boise State, they're not on the blue field, but Boise State will still pull out the win. Number 22 Michigan at Nebraska. I got a big blue in this one. Number 23 Texas at Kansas. Kansas only has 1 win. I'm pretty sure Kansas only has 1 win last time I checked. So going with Texas here. Number 24 Ohio at Miami of Ohio. So it's a little in-state rivalry, if you want to call it that. But since I don't know much about either one of these teams, I got to go with the ranked team. Let's go with Ohio. And finally, Michigan State at number 25, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is finally ranked again. So let's go ahead and go with them. Certainly they can get a win over Michigan State. Alright, now to our quick picks. The rest of the unranked SEC-ACC matchup. Starting off with ACC, North Carolina State and North Carolina. Even though North Carolina State beat Florida State, I'm pretty sure that was a fluke. So I gotta go with North Carolina. Maryland, Boston College. Boston College, you're in the bottom of the ACC. Maryland's going to win it. BYU at Georgia Tech. I don't know what Georgia Tech's problem is this year. They actually lost to Clemson. So I'm picking BYU. And Kentucky at Missouri. I think Missouri will actually get one of their SEC wins here. Even though Kentucky did play well against Georgia, if Missouri's quarterback can get the game into his head, get his head into the game, my bad, he'll win. Missouri will win the game. Missouri's only problem is the quarterback. If they'll fine-tune their quarterback, they'll be a force to reckon with. Ole Miss at Arkansas. I hear a pig coming because Ole Miss is going to get killed by Arkansas. I actually said Ole Miss, didn't I? And to end it all off, Massachusetts at Vanderbilt. Power of the SEC, baby. Vanderbilt wins it. So that's it for picks on the Bluffs week 9 of NCAA. Stay tuned for NFL, which will be coming up later.